in the labyrinth.
You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great. So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
Kerry K set in the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yeah.
Oh, yo. What's good? We back at it.
What's going on, everybody?
We back at it, man. What's good, Miles motherfucking Cunningham? What's good, bro?
Chilling, man. Chilling, just enjoying my time on this earth. Yeah, enjoying every day, man. How you doing?
Bro, I feel the same, man. I got up this morning. I was just talking to one of my daughters about that. She was like, Dad, how you doing? She at the crib right now. She said, Dad, how you doing today? I said, I woke up this morning. I'm great.
There you go. That's it.
The fact that I'm able to even move around. Matter of fact, me and my daughter, I'm taking her to the main event later on. We're gonna kick it, father and daughter day and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to her. So
wait, fill me in. What's the main event? I have no idea.
Our main event is kind of like Dave and Buster's.
Oh, okay.
But it has all the multiple things you can do. But it's like, so for anyone that has like an Incredible Pizza or Dave and Buster's or anything like that, main event is like that. But to me, I like main event better. It's a little more. I just like it better. I can't call it. I just like it better.
Gotcha.
Right, and it's closer to the crib too. It's a lot closer to Dave and Buster's. That could be why I like it better and shit. It's more convenient to get to.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about today? Oh, before we get into that, my brother, you got anything you want to plug, Miles? Anything going on?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, guys, go to Cunningham Elements. And get your cologne, get your masculine identity eau de parfum and masculine identity sport eau de parfum, as well as all your different soaps, man. Right now, I got a Tom Ford inspired designer fragrance soap. Tom Ford's effing fabulous. Tom Ford's fucking fabulous. If you guys are familiar, it's a really dope smelling bar of soap. And then we got the lavender, we got the rose, lemon mint, and we also have masculine identity soap. So make sure you go to Cunningham Elements, get your soap, get your cologne, and appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to Dukalux for the coffee money,
Yeah, shout out to him. He got the 110 Norwegian Chrome all the way from Norway, land of the tall blondes. Duke, look, I know there's a lot of tall blondes in Norway, bro. I know there is, bro. Be honest. Be honest. Right. So, guys, today we're talking about she caught feelings, but that doesn't change the agreement. Now, we do have a video we're going to play for you guys, but before we get into that, guys, this is a call-in show, right? We're here for y'all. $5 for a question, $10 for a story. The call-in number is 1-844-672-7300, 1-844-672-7300. Call in. Don't wait all day. Also, if you have a question, ladies and gents, put a Q in the chat followed by your question. Also, get them questions in. Don't wait all day, right? Just like y'all got shit to do, we got shit to do, right?
Facts.
Now, what made me want to talk about this, Miles, is not only the video that we're going to play, but I did a live stream earlier in the week, I should say. I want to say Tuesday. I did a live stream Tuesday. And the guy was asking me, one of the questions he asked was, if you're dealing with a woman and she catch feelings, is that something you should concern yourself with? Or you like responsible for her catching feelings? And I'm like, Absolutely not. That's not my problem. Now, what I will say is this, though, right? And this is why we tell you guys, don't introduce non-sexual activities into the equation, especially in the beginning, right? And guys, I want guys to understand why we tell you guys this, because we experienced a woman's emotions. We weren't ready for them shits. And then we tied it to, that's spending the night taking showers with bitches, looking into their eyes while I'm stroking them deep and slow with the music in the background. That's why she acting like this, right? And even when you tell women this is just sex, but you do that extra shit, it don't matter if you said, I'm not looking for a relationship or anything serious. In her mind, in fact, let me just say this real quick, Miles, because I had a chat with my daughter. She's 17. She's a senior. And we was talking, and she's seeing this little boy, right? And this little boy was at her mama house with her, and she has 2 dogs. So she was telling me, we was watching the movie, Dad. And then she talked about how one of the dogs laid his head on a boy's leg and shit. And the other dog was sitting at his lap. And I looked at her and I'm like, oh, that's cute, like a little family and shit, huh? Right? And she smiled. And I'm like, see, that's your imagination. You just met this dude, y'all are still. But already when you saw that in your girl imagination, you was like, what if this was a real thing? And that's how women get. And we know that, guys. And that's why we tell you guys in the beginning, keep it just sex, keep the emotions out of it, keep all that extra shit out of it. So that way the woman in her imagination can be held in check. Well, I'm gonna pass it to you, Miles. What's your thoughts on that, brother?
Well, it's so it's a woman's job to catch feelings. You understand? It's a woman's job to catch feelings. I look, a lot of times when I make my points, I do my best to speak simply and to use nature and things that are like, for example, biology and nature and certain other things that are very simple for us to understand because it's a part of life. And when we look at a woman, we must understand certain things about a woman, just like we have to understand certain things about a man. We have to understand certain things about a masculine identity. We have to understand certain things about our logical mind and so on and so forth. But in the same vein, we got to understand certain things about a woman. And a woman, she's naturally insecure. And the crazy part is that when things like that are being said, it gives off some type of misogyny, or it makes you think women are weaker. And it's really not about that. It's what I think it is. I think it's the innate tendencies that have been placed in us by nature to make sure. Good afternoon, Mr. Justin, the Dominance Academy. There's certain things that have been placed in us by nature to make sure we procreate. You understand? And I'm a firm believer of that. And that's why a lot of these other alternative lifestyles, I look at them kind of weird because I'm like, your lifestyle is not really conducive to procreation, but that's a whole nother conversation, right? So we have to look at ourselves as men and women and realize, okay, a woman is made naturally insecure because she has to cleave to a man in order for this process of procreation to happen. You understand? So, and a lot of times the commitment and the involvement that comes with anything beyond casual sex requires a little bit more. And this is why women end up catching feelings and shit. At the same time, this is why some men end up catching feelings, not realizing what the fuck they doing. You see what I'm saying? But the point of the matter is that we're both species have been put into a situation where, as men, we provide the seed, they provide the soil, and we have to come together. So there's certain things that are built inside of us that make us come together. And I think once we have an understanding of that, I think everything makes more sense. You understand? Everything makes a lot more sense. So as men, we have to realize, look, we got to be the logical ones. And just because, like you said in the title, just because she catches feelings doesn't mean things change. But at the same time, we must also make sure that we are taking accountability for our actions, because actions speak louder than words. So like you said earlier about the showering, spending the night and, staring in her eyes and kissing her on the forehead and cuddling with her and all this other shit. You understand? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So you got to make sure you know what you're doing. And a lot of dudes, again, this is why the game is about you and not about the women. You got to know what you're doing. You got to focus on your own actions and how you're moving in these interactions with females.
Let me say this real quick. We have two free calls. Phone
lines are open, guys.
Yeah. Go ahead, Miles.
Yeah, 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300. Yeah, so as men, we got to be responsible, man. We definitely got to be responsible.
And let me say this real quick, and because I alluded to this earlier, and this is one thing that I know, and all of us from the Real Game No Theory panel know, and we all understand. And here's the funny thing. You don't even have to introduce non-sexual activities for a woman to catch feelings. So you can be dicking a chick down for a couple months and she can still catch feelings, right? So knowing that, why would you add extra shit in the equation to quicken the pace of her catching feelings when her feelings aren't required, right?
Right.
So, and let me just say this real quick, and this is what women need to understand too, right? And this is when you actually have game and you are aware of how your actions and your words impact the women that you're dealing with, you have a responsibility to save women from themselves, right? I told you a story about my daughter just a little while ago, how when I was talking to her about, you probably have that imagination already in your head, you know what I'm saying, about what it could be if y'all were seriously dealing with each other. And she smiled because all women have it. There was a post, Miles, and I was talking about women having Disney imaginations and how that shit get them in trouble because they have unrealistic expectations of men that they really, really like. And the chick responded and said, so let us have our Disney imaginations. Because they understand that it's a hindrance to them, but they still love to fantasize and dream about it. And think about it, like what it would be like to have a real thing with this guy they really like that's fucking the dog shit out of them, right? So because that's happening, again, we're here to save women from themselves and not introduce that extra shit. So unless you're ready to date a woman seriously, on your terms, by the way, on your timeline, you and LaCario all the time talk about the vetting process and how, you date a woman for at least, 12 months to 18 months, I believe y'all say. Even before that, when y'all talk about, just the 3 or 4 months, if you're going to take it from sex to now I'm going to do dates with her, now I'm going to spend time non-sexually, if you don't look at her as a potential girlfriend, why would you even date her at all?
Right.
Why? And that's my thing. The spending the night, the taking showers with bitches, all of that boyfriendy, girlfriendy shit, unless you have determined that this woman is the type of woman, based on how she's moving, that you're interested in exploring that with, why would you introduce that until you have determined that?
Right, exactly.
Because all you're doing, you're creating situations. And again, save women from themselves. If you're just fucking a woman, and you're literally, guys, when you summon a woman to your place, you dick her down, and then you dismiss her back to her place or wherever it is she might go after she leaves your spot. And you just do that with regularity for a few months. Women know what it is. Those actions tell women that all it is just sex. Now, even in those situations, women can still catch feelings. And Miles, if a woman says, I think I'm falling in love with you, or, can I talk to you about something? Because I know this when they go, whenever a woman says, I got to talk to you about something, I know she's about to tell me she's falling for me. Fuck. I don't want this shit. I like the fucking without the bullshit, right? But when a woman come to you with those feelings, all you have to do is stand steadfast, stick to the script, and be like, hey, appreciate you telling me that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't look at you like that. The way things are right now, that's the way I prefer for them to stay. Now, if that's a problem for you, and if you feel like you can't keep your emotions in check, then we can stop fucking right now. See, and I've told chicks that to their face, we can stop fucking right now.
Right.
You know what they say? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Nah.
Oh shit. And all you gotta do, Yeah, go ahead.
No, real quick. Like, we can't, we can't understate the responsibility of men. Like you say, you got to save women from themselves. But at the same time, there's a lot of guys out there who it's not just because I mentioned earlier about a guy catching feelings, right?
Yes, sir.
And we must understand that there's a lot of guys out there they're seeking validation so much that if sometimes when a woman catch feelings for them, they feel validated and then use that as a reason to welcome the relationship and to start liking the girl. And now it's like a green light because there's a lot of guys out there, they don't know what it's like to have a woman really like them. You understand? They don't know what it's like to have a woman care about them or have feelings for them. And so when they find this opportunity, it's like, oh my God, it's like the man has experienced that waiting to exhale moment like a bitch. And you don't want that. You understand? As a man, you gotta hold steady because when in the title you said she caught feelings, but that doesn't change the agreement. You got to look at the agreement that you have with yourself as the man. You got to say to yourself, okay, you're catching feelings, but that don't change what I'm trying to do as the man. If I know I'm out here, I'm running the field, I'm doing what I'm doing. I can't get tripped up by the affections of a female, and that happens to a lot of guys. Like, I was watching a video today where they was talking about that. They talk about these different streamer dudes and their relationships with these chicks, and they got OnlyFans, and these chicks is somehow they get into a relationship with these chicks, but then these chicks end up like disrespecting them and doing a whole bunch of shit, and these dudes stay in relationships, and that lets me know that that's a part of what that is, where these dudes they messing around with these girls, they go on a couple dates, they get a little bit of attention, and it's not even that the bitch is catching feelings, is that these niggas is allowing the way the chick is moving to affect the way they decide to move, and that's the real mistake.
Okay. You know what? I'm glad you said that right there. I'm glad you said that. And this is why I always tell guys, you never make decisions primarily motivated by your feelings, because you will always be betrayed by them every fucking time. Your emotions and your feelings will betray you all the time, right? So, and it's not to say you can't have feelings and have emotions about certain things, but it has to be rooted in logic, though. Right. The actual choice, a decision to move forward,
right,
has to be rooted in logic. So even with a woman, when we talk about you want to have sex with this chick, based on how she's moving, though, does it logically make sense for you to allow her to have access to your dick?
Right.
Right? Because a case in point, if I'm dealing with a woman, right, and I tell her to come to the crib, and she was like, I don't feel like driving, but you can come over here, though. right now, logically, it makes no sense for me to give her this dick.
Facts.
Because I told her ass, get in the whip, bring your ass over here. She should be on my way. That should be her response. Nothing else. I'm on my way. Anything else, instant banishment. I can't fuck with you no more.
Right.
It doesn't matter that if I go over there, I can smash. I don't want the pussy no more, man. I don't want it no more. I don't want to. I lose attraction instantly when a woman goes against something that I'm saying. Instantly. I don't want to fuck. I'm done with you. I don't want to fuck you no more. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. Like, I literally lose attraction. So I don't understand how guys can even still get it up for a disrespectful bitch. To me, that's why me and my dick, we buddies. We're on one accord. My dick is like, nigga, did you hear that shit? I'm like, yeah, we ain't fucking.
Yeah, we good. Yeah.
Like, we ain't fucking, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, a lot of you guys, you're led by your dick. Like, your dick makes all your decisions for you.
Facts.
But let's get to this video, man. Whenever you're ready, bro.
Yeah, let's go. All right. All right, let's play it all the way through, and then we could start and stop.
I bet.
All right. Oh shit. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, here we go.
as a grown-ass man, if this woman is allowing me inside of her, there's still a responsibility that I have. The car breakdown, I need help with this bid, whatever, I'm going to help you.
This is how you get women going crazy and getting confused, because you're saying you don't want to have a relationship, but you're doing relationship activity.
If a man tells you something, believe him. We are very contractual creatures. It's like, what are we doing? This is what we're doing.
Men like clarity with certain things when it's benefiting you.
We need to learn how to protect our women better. That's another conversation. So since 2015, I made the decision. I don't call a woman a B word.
Bye. All right, let's start it over. Let's start it over. Yo.
As a grown ass man, if this woman is allowing me inside of her,
all right, stop right there. Stop right there. What the fuck you mean allowing me?
That I was triggered too when I saw that and I heard that.
Allowing me, like this dude, this one of them simp niggas that he got the look. No Diddy and none of that, but the dude is well put together. Like he got his fade, you know what I'm saying? He got his jewelry. Yeah. You understand? He's neat. He's neat. He looks neat. But I can't stand these niggas on these podcasts that they dress well and they ain't got no fucking game. They dress well, acting like they fucking pimps and players and have absolutely no fucking game, man. This is why looks don't fucking matter. We keep telling y'all niggas this shit.
See, and you know what's so funny? Because you said he put together the way he dressed and all that. These guys, they think swag is all about clothes and jewelry and having your beard manicured and yeah, visually,
right,
there might be some validity to that. But when you talk about, see, the essence of swag is how you move as a man. It's personality, it's charm, it's presence, it's everything. And when these guys start talking,
right,
that's when you see the bitch ooze out of their pores. The moment they start talking, you can just see the bitch ooze up out of them. Right? Because he said allow. See, right there. This is how I know guys don't, real quick. For every guy who thinks like this, he don't know how to fuck. Shout out to Steve. There is no way you got supreme platinum stroke game and you talk like that. There's no way. There is no way you fucking the dog shit out of bitches on the regular and you speak like this.
Bro.
Because you know the power of great dick. Bro, real quick, I saw a post. I saw a post a month ago on Facebook, right, and it was a lady, and she said, I don't know what would possess a woman to drive a couple hours to go see a guy. Another woman got under that post and said, then obviously you never went to go see a man about a horse, right? So you know what she was saying. And there were multiple women that basically agreed with her, basically saying, you ain't been fucked good enough then. Because if you need a nigga who throw that dick like that, you getting in a car and you driving a couple of hours. Right?
Real shit. And if you guys can see the caption here, if a man tells you something, believe him. He also repeats it in verbally in the video. I don't see the thing. I'm still I'm a firm believer in and honestly, I want to be honest. I want to preface this by saying this is something that I had to learn myself. You understand? This is something that I realized that I had to learn myself. So this shit right here, if a man tells you something, believe him. I realized a short while ago that women they're laser focused on your actions, bro. You understand? Like they're laser focused on your fucking actions. Now, if your words align and are congruent with your actions, then chef's kiss, you're doing the right thing. But once you say something to a woman and you do anything slightly derivative, you're fucked. So this is why I don't this is a dangerous statement right here talking about if a man tells you something, believe him. No, if a man tells you something and then his actions are totally aligned, then you believe him. And that's the only way women really actually believe men. You understand? Because a woman will listen to a nigga and she'll throw shit out the window if she's attracted to you, if she just want to fuck you. But when it comes to certain other things in life, they're only going to truly believe you, support you, and have confidence in you when your words and your actions align.
There's still a responsibility that I have. The car breakdown, I need help with this bid, whatever.
No, bro. Like,
You see, right there. Let me say this real quick. And I did a video and I was talking about 3 reasons why women will have sex: mutual attraction, conditions, and monetary benefit. This is what guys do. Let me just throw this up here real quick, because I did a video talking about this as well. Inadvertent behavior. See, women inherently know, even if it's subconscious, they know if they are sexually attracted to a guy. Right. They know he doesn't have to do anything. He don't have to do anything but the time, the place to show up so she can get some dick. And if he is fucking her well, she know that motherfucker don't got to do shit. So in the very beginning, when you start automatically trying to be a woman's sponsor, because inadvertently, that's what he's talking about. If your car break down, if anything happens, I'm here for you, right? The moment subconsciously, the attraction for you is going to dip. And it's going to dip because she's looking at you like, why is he doing all of this extra shit? Does he not know he don't have to do this for me?
Right.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Mr. Justin, you got anything?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
No, play that video. We
What's going on,
we
bro?
can catch up.
All right, cool. I wanted to say this part where he says, I wanted to address where he says, now you have a responsibility. See, what he doesn't understand is that, and this is why, shout out to Lucario, this is why he designed the vetting process the way he designed it, where if you're giving a woman dick, that's really that's not even a responsibility. That is your offering to her. You get what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Dick is a gift.
Because look, if you decide to take a woman through the vetting process, and let's just say the second or third time y'all have sex, something happens that is unforgivable, or something happened that exposes a deal-breaking incompatibility, I don't have to give her any more dick. Like, that shit is over. You understand? As a man, it's not about just because a woman is having sex with you. I don't understand how he takes that as you having an automatic responsibility to this woman. And that's the part that lets me know that his game is super weak.
Still a responsibility that I have. The car breakdown. I need help with this bill. Whatever. I'm gonna help you.
That's a trick, right? You see, that's a trick. All right, cool. If you cool with a chick, you friends with a chick, and the car breakdown, and she's stranded on the road, and you help her out. That's one thing. But you heard what he just said. To pay a bill.
Mm-hmm. See, Let me say this real quick. Let me shoot out. Shout out to Super Chat William Khan with the dub. He says, I meet more women that drive over an hour than women from my own town.
Facts.
Can't call in, but here's the donation for a couple of calls. Okay, so we got 4 free calls now. Hey, let me say this real quick. And this is what I've noticed about that whole provider thing and security. A lot of you guys, you feel like it's your sworn duty, or that it's your born obligation to take care of a bitch. A lot of y'all feel like that it's your sworn duty to take care of women financially, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where y'all got that from, who told y'all that, right? Look, guys, these women have their own money. They can pay for their own shit. And let me just say this. In 2026, if a bitch can't afford AAA, is that a bitch you really want to be dealing with? I'm just saying. If the bitch ain't got that shit on her insurance for someone to come out and take care of that, do you really want to deal with a bitch who ain't got her life together?
Yo,
I think a guy like this is just advertising. I think he's just doing some marketing, like, hey, look at me. Because this is what a lot of dudes do. Like, they'll talk about certain topics in order to set themselves apart. And so he's trying to paint himself in a certain way so that he's viewed in a certain way.
No doubt.
In contrast with the player, he's not a player. So he's like, okay, no, I'm not like that. That's bad. This is good. Right. So it's just like the in-group, out-group sort of mentality. I do think that it's inherent within men to take care of the things that we preside over. And I think that part is inherent within us. But I think that a lot of guys, they don't preside over anything. But so they let that leak out.
Exactly.
They let it leak out all over the place, and it's just disorganized and not very aligned with how they're living. Because yes, it is inherent within us. If we're building a family, to preside over that family, to protect and right.
If.
Exactly. That's a very big if. But if you're not presiding over anyone, then no, you don't have a responsibility to take care of anybody but yourself until that time.
Exactly.
And let me add this real quick. This is why if you go back and look at the history of even marriage, there was nothing done until that woman was a wife.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't get nothing until she was a wife.
That's
right.
Fact.
She didn't get no babies put in her. She didn't get nothing until she was a fucking wife. She didn't get the lifestyle until she was a wife. Here's the problem, right? You got guys giving random bitches wife and girlfriend treatment when you first meet them. Now, I do agree with what you said, Justin, and Miles. I know when you speak about it, you feel the exact same way. When a woman is fully under your wing, when she's fully immersed and assimilated into your program, yes, we're definitely going to take care of her, right? Because anything that we value, like you said, we're going to take care of, right? Because we value ourselves, and anyone that we invite into our lives, we're going to have value for them as long as they adhere to the standards we set forth. Y'all got it.
Right. I want to add this to the perspective of this guy's, I don't know, self-inflicted responsibility on the woman that he's giving dick to. I think it also speaks to the fear in a lot of these would-be players who are actually simps, and the fear in the heart of the simp comes from him not being ready and willing to accept the other men in women's lives. Here's what I mean. I'm the guy giving you dick. That's what I'm here to give you. If you want an emotional tampon, you got to call the other guy. If you want a guy to help you out with your car trouble, you got to call the guy you got in the friend zone. If you want to, do you get what I'm saying? Like look, with most women in this world, it's just a part of the game. With most women, there's a guy for different fucking things.
That's facts.
Now, there are so many guys out there who they are, because of fear, not because they are some type of Renaissance man or some type of all-arounder. No, the only reason why they want to be that guy, well, I'm the guy that you should call for everything. The only reason why they want to be that guy is because they're afraid of the interest that the woman may have in other men. And they're jealous and they're insecure about that shit. I'm like this. If I'm the motherfucker giving you dick, then please go talk to all them other guys that you got in your phone to fulfill all the other things that you need them to do. I'm totally fine with that shit. And in the same way, shout out to Lucario, because this is something that I heard him say. He was like, a lot of the times, the reason why I behave the way I behave and the reason why I'm okay with non-monogamy is because I know what I want to give to a woman. And I'm not going to force her to make me give her what she wants me to give her. If she want that other thing, she got to go talk to the other dude. That's why I'm okay with her having another guy.
That's facts. Because
you understand? And it's crazy. Go ahead, Kay.
Even that's one of the reasons why I can't do monogamy. Because here's the thing, like that's why monogamy. A lot of times, guys are doing shit that the women want to do, and they don't really want to do it, but they're making that sacrifice, or they're compromising because they feel like they're trying to keep the peace with the woman. I can't move like that. Right now, and here's my thing, and it goes back again. The fact that he's doing extra shit, it goes back to what I alluded to earlier. Bro, you must have some trash dick then. You must have, because bro, I've had fuck buddy situations that lasted for like 2+ years. And I wasn't doing nothing but just dicking a chick down. So, and my thing is, great sex, great dick, not in all cases, but in many cases, if it's just sexual, that's more than enough for the woman to keep coming back to you. That's more than enough. You ain't got to do no more than that. So if you're doing extra shit, what you're telling me is my sex game is not enough to keep her in place.
Not enough.
So I need to do extra shit to keep her from leaving me alone. And to your point, Miles, a lot of these guys, they want to be prioritized in a woman's life. So they feel like if I'm doing more than I think the next guy is, she will prioritize me above those guys.
Right.
And it's tied to insecurity, validation, and all of that shit.
Exactly.
That's why it's like a hero thing. Like you want to like sweep, like I have to stand out, be like beyond human, right? Like this Superman in order to maintain that attraction and interest. When, to your point, Zach, that it really points to a lack of self-value. Like it's this belief that I'm not enough. right? And so my fucking's not enough, my lifestyle is not enough. So I have to show her, I have to like keep giving these things to say, hey, I'm good enough for you. Please take all these offerings and accept me.
Facts.
You know, yeah, go ahead. Oh, well, hold on, Jay Bizzle. Go ahead, Miles. My bad.
Now I was going to continue with the video.
Oh, real quick, Jay Bizzle with the 1999. Much love to the Gang King. Shout out to the chat and to the mods, guys. We have 4 free calls, by the way. So thank everybody for the super chats and also the cash apps. We have 4 free calls. Go ahead, Miles.
All right.
This is how you get women going crazy and getting confused, because you're saying you don't want to have a relationship, but you're doing relationship activity.
If a man tells you something, believe him. We are very contractual creatures. It's like, what are we doing? This is what we're doing.
Right there. Men like, he said something. I'm triggered again. He said very contractual, like he's signing a contract with this bitch. Like it's almost, and it goes back to what I said earlier, because if you think about a contract, it obligates you to something. That's what a contract is. It obligates you to something. So it's almost like, oh, we're very contractual because I'm in your guts, because I'm knee deep in that pussy. I feel like I owe you something because you are allowing me, and that's what he said. You are allowing me, and guys act like, this is what guys act like. They act like I'm so lucky and fortunate and blessed that I'm fucking her. Me giving you dick, I feel like I'm cheating you. Me just showing up and shoving dick up in you for 30 minutes and leaving, I feel like I'm cheating you. I have to give you more. And my thing is
the short end of the stick.
Well, my thing is, I get the short end of the stick the way I'm fucking these bitches, but someone need to go cook a meal for me, goddammit. I feel like I'm doing too much. But go ahead.
But that just shows that he doesn't understand women.
Nah.
Because the way he posed that is that he's expecting a woman to think the way a man does. And women don't think the way men do. They should not be expected to think the way men do. And when you do this, then it just shows that you don't have enough experience and insight into how women actually operate and how they feel and how their choices are made. And then the funny part is that they will want women to understand and think in this way, and then after a while start complaining that women are acting too masculine.
There you go. Yeah,
it's like pick which fucking side you want. Right?
Crazy. All right, let me see.
Like clarity with certain things when it's benefiting you.
We need to learn how to protect our women better. That's another conversation. So since 2015, I made a decision.
She said something. She said, when it comes to clarity, men like clarity about certain things when it's benefiting them. And I'm gonna tell you what that is. A lot of guys who are insecure, possessive, and have jealous tendencies, they want clarity when it comes to what the woman is doing, what she's doing when it comes to her dating. They want clarity when it comes to that, but they don't give the women clarity. Okay, and what I mean by that, if you think about it, these situationships where guys are doing boyfriend energy, in a way, it keeps women in a state of confusion. It keeps women in a state of confusion because it's almost like the guy is presenting her with a boyfriend because he don't want her fucking with nobody else but him. Nobody else but him. And let me just say this real quick. That's dangerous. That's very, very dangerous to do that. And what I mean by that is this. Now, guys, there's nothing wrong with you desiring to have a woman only fucking with you if it's on some sexual exclusive shit, if that's how you're moving. But a lot of you guys, you're trying to casually date women and do sexual exclusivity at the same time. That shit don't work. That shit don't work. And it's going to create mad drama and issues with the woman because basically you're acting like the woman can't be fucking with nobody else.
Right.
While you do it. Yeah, I got it.
Well, it comes about naturally, but the problem is wanting it and the motivations behind the wanting it, because usually it's out of a neediness and a fear of their emotional safety being disrupted. Right. It can actually happen, but not because you want it to happen. It's because the woman feels so gravitationally pulled to you. They feel so emotionally grounded and safe in your position, and then so well fucked that they just want to be around you and you.
Thank you, Justin.
And that so it's something that develops organically as a result of what kind of man you are. right? Not the shit that you have or anything like that. It's how she feels in your presence. So when they end up feeling really great in your presence, but also safe at the same time, then like when they're with you, they don't have any sort of fears coming up, like, you know, for whatever things going on in their head, that they just want to stick around. They're like, oh, that is great. That makes me feel wonderful. Not it's I'm here because he wants me to be here. Like that doesn't work out. Like that's just grasping, and that leads to control. That shows that you're weak. It shows that you're needy. You know, there's like, oh, I can fuck everybody, but you can't fuck anybody but me. Like that just shows you actually don't have any control in the situation, and you're grasping for control.
Yeah, let me add this to go a little further with it to what you just said, Justin. When a woman likes the kind of woman she is in your presence, not just the way she feels, when she likes the kind of woman that she is specifically, and I say that to say this: when a woman likes the kind of woman that she is, because dealing with you and how great it is for her, it literally has an impact on other aspects of her life beyond just you. Right? Her friends might even say, girl, you're glowing. So she likes the kind of woman she's becoming or she is with you. So to your point, there are women, even if you've been dealing with them for a month or two, on their own, they'll stop fucking men on their own. Okay. Now, I would say to your point, Justin, don't expect that shit and don't ask for it. Absolutely. But women on their own will do that on their own because they like how they feel and the kind of woman they are with you so much, they feel like if I fuck another guy, it's going to fuck with that synergy of how I'm feeling with him. Now, whether it's true or not is irrelevant. If the woman feels that, that's enough motivation for her to say, no, I'm just fucking with him for now. Y'all got it.
All right. Let me see what the rest of it.
I don't call a woman a B word.
Bye.
Yeah, he's pandering. He's pandering.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying before.
Yeah, he's pandering.
What's sad, guys, is that she was teaching him about being a better man. She was teaching him.
She was trying to. Yeah.
Like the things that she was bringing up were absolutely real. And he's like, oh, but this is the kind of guy I am. Like it's just it's bad. Like if you got a woman telling you how to be a man, you're fucked.
All right, let's see what we got. We got 661. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
J Mars 26, LA. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on with you, J Mars? What's going on?
What's up? I took the free call. I was gonna tap back in what you guys were talking about on exclusivity. Can you only ask for exclusivity once you've vetted a woman? You can't do it like early on.
No.
Did you say
cannot ask for
exclusivity?
State your question again, J Mars, and kind of and pronounce the words, each word, please, because you kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to exclusivity, and you guys were talking about exclusivity, you said no. You can't be. Of course, you cannot be fucking other women and then expecting this woman to be exclusive to you. Like that'll make sense. What I'm saying is, you can only do that once you've vetted the woman, right? Not like early on when you first fucking met the woman, right?
A caller. Okay. So here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. You have some good friends, right? Some guys you think are loyal friends.
Well,
can you you say what?
It's sometimes I will say between life it showed me that
no, bro. Listen to what I'm asking you. You have some good friends, some homies that you consider loyal friends, right?
Yeah.
Can you ask for loyalty? Can you go up to a guy and be like, man, hey, I want to be friends one day. Be loyal to me, bro. Can you ask for another man's loyalty?
Never.
All right. So he gives you loyalty of his own volition, of his own free will, right?
Yep.
So can you ask a woman for sexual loyalty?
Nope. Nope. Okay.
There you
nope.
go.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my thing. When you said, can you ask for that? I was like, ask? What? You don't. That's not something you ask for, man. That's not something you ask for. She either going to give it to you or not. And again, once you open up the doors, you have to be willing to deal with what comes. And that's why most guys don't want to open up the doors. And that's why most guys cheat, because they don't want, you know what I mean? They can't fathom their woman being with another man, although they want to be with other women. And so they'll lie to their woman and cheat instead of, letting them know what it is and going further, starting with the truth from the beginning.
Exactly. And what if so, like for me, I know I'm more so a monogamous person. And I feel like exclusivity can't even be there until like vetting the woman. Like, of course, I'm be casual in the beginning. I don't care if she's fucking other dudes, but I feel like you can't even get to the point of exclusivity till you vet the woman. That's what I'm looking at, right?
Caller, here's the thing about exclusivity, right? Again, and we've been telling you guys, a woman on her own, independent of you, will make a decision whether or not she wants to allow other men in her or just keep it with you. On her own, she will. So even, I need you to, just because in your mind, right? I need you guys to understand, when you're dealing with women, in your mind, whatever you're doing in your mind is completely separate from what she's doing in her mind. So never assume that you guys are on the same track, right? This is why if you ask a woman, hey, I don't want you fucking no other guys, this is what you're doing, right? When you guys, and when women do this too, both men and women are guilty of this. When you ask for loyalty, you're putting people on a spot, meaning they either gotta lie to you or tell you the truth. Listen to what I'm telling you. So if you ask a woman to be faithful and she's not ready to be faithful, but she feel as though if she don't answer the question the right way, you're gonna cut off access to you, guess what she might be inclined to do now? What do you think she might do?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Lie and agree. She might agree to be faithful, but she's really not going to be faithful. And now this is what you're doing when you ask for sexual loyalty. You're depending on the word of a bitch. You're asking her and you're depending on her to say, okay, yes, I will. And then you're going to believe that shit? Absolutely not.
That's fine.
Yeah. Zach, how you put it with
I usually move. I never ask for it. I just be like, look, if I'm gonna upgrade you to be my girl, this is like, I'm monogamous, so I'm obviously not gonna be fucking other bitches. I never even say like, you're not gonna fuck. I just kind of say like, look, that's how I'm gonna move.
Right, but and just with Zach's point is that you can't really control or coerce the genuine loyalty. Like it develops organically and naturally. You can do it with force. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've seen like Game of Thrones, like there were rulers in that show who created loyalty through force. And then there's like if remember the guy Stark, right? I forget his first name, but like everybody loved him. He got his head cut off, but everybody loved him. He had natural loyalty from people just because of love. People just loved who he was. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm following him. He didn't have to say, follow me. He didn't have to say, get on my program. He didn't have to give instructions. They were just like, you're fucking awesome. I want to be around you. I want to follow you. I believe in you. And so how a woman treats you is not something that you can demand or expect. It's just, if she does, great. If she doesn't, that's fine. Like whatever. You know what you stand for. You know what you want, but you can't take that and place it on any woman. Right? Either she's with it or she's not. And it's nothing that you can even really talk about, bring up like, hey, are you into this? Are you into that? Because you could have a poly woman who meets the right kind of guy who makes her feel in a certain way. And to what Zach was saying, she starts changing into a different person when she's around you. That becomes so impactful. She just drops all that shit. And you don't even need to say anything. Right. And then you might be like thinking to yourself, wait a second, do I want this woman around me? Or do I have to scrape her off me with a spatula? So it really so then it comes into play of like, well, what's important to me? What are my values? What is my system? Is how she is in alignment with where I'm going? Whether she's loyal to me or not, whether she loves me or not, like is that in alignment? So really, you can't like make these things happen. Either she just does or she doesn't.
So caller, go ahead, Miles. Go ahead.
No, real quick, J Mars, why are you asking this question?
Because like as I'm preparing myself to never do dumb shit again that I did in the past, I'm looking like, okay, let me make sure I know what to do when it comes to bringing another woman into my program long term. Because I'm just casual right now.
See,
but, yeah.
all right, here's what I would like to suggest to you. I don't support your mission to never do dumb shit again. I don't support that. What I would advise you to prepare to do is to be prepared to learn from any mistakes that you do make. Instead of being afraid, or instead of trying not to make any, like, so what you want to bat 1,000 for the rest of your fucking life with everything? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
like that does that even sound realistic after I just said it to you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You saying, because you said your words were, I'm preparing to never do dumb shit again. Shout out to the man mindset, Steve the Dean in the building.
Steve, that was my next question.
So again, like, please understand what you're really trying to do. You saying you want to be prepared to never do dumb shit again. I'm telling you to be prepared to learn from your mistakes, because they will happen. Go ahead, Kay.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, I got a quick story for you, right? I have an ex, right? And this is just something, that she shared with me. But when she shared this with me, it made sense because of how she was with me. So I have an ex, she's married now, right? And shout out to her and her husband, good dude. So when they were dating, this is before they got into a relationship, right? And I'm not even sure, and she watches, she know I got a YouTube channel, so if they happen to watch this, shout out to y'all, right? And I don't know if he knows this story or not. Right. So if I'm telling her he don't know it, my bad. Right. So when they were dating, she had already booked, her and one of her homegirls booked a trip to go to Vegas. Right. Girls trip. Do y'all remember those viral videos of guys doing those massages? Those real sexual massages? She booked one of those massages in Vegas. Right. So she was going to Vegas and she booked one of those massages. Right. So, and she had booked this like months, right, before she met this guy. But while they were dating, she started catching feelings, right? So, and this guy knew she was going to Vegas, right? So he was like, take care. On her own, without him saying anything, she canceled that massage.
There you go.
And the reason why she canceled it was because she felt like it was so sexual that she might end up fucking. And she didn't want to cheat on him, although they were not in a relationship, because of her feelings for him, although he didn't know how strong her feelings were. She made a decision on her own, unbeknownst to him, to not do that, because she made a decision. He's the only man I want touching me right now. Women will do that on their own. When you ask for it, it's not real. It's not genuine if you're asking for it. Y'all got it.
No. Well, Steve beat me to it. You mentioned program, and that is actually the thing that prevents you from doing dumb shit. But I don't think that you have what's set up to prevent you from doing dumb shit. So why don't you tell us about your program?
Okay, so the only I will say I really don't have a structured program at all, which is why I definitely did.
All right, so you're saying you don't have one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned, like, my program, like getting on it or following it or whatever. It would behoove you to have something to actually follow, that you follow first, that she can just assimilate into. You don't even have to tell her very much what's on there, because when things are apparent, then it's fucking apparent. Like it's easy. It's easy to recognize. And then if she has questions, you can kind of fill her in. But you don't even have any of that information, and then you don't live by any of that in order to create anything for yourself. So that's the basis of it. So if you don't have any clue what that is, I suggest you figure that out. And it's going to be a hard thing to figure out without someone kind of giving you the tools to do so, because it's not just like sitting down with a notebook and being like, okay, let's just do this. It's easy. It's sort of like the constitution of this nation. Like, they didn't just like, hey, let's just kind of like throw some shit at the wall. Like, they sat down for months trying to sort that shit out. Okay. that's the weight of your program. Like, it's that serious. And so I know that I think Locario has something about like designing a program. And, you know, but like basically any of these, any of the guys that I associate with here can help you sort that out. Right. Because it gets tossed around way too much of saying like, I've got this, knowing what this is. And really, they have no clue what the fuck it is. Break it down. And most people have no fucking clue whatsoever what a program or system is.
And Mr. Justin, you know how you know? You know how you know? Real quick, Colin, I'll pass the right back to you. You know how you know when guys don't have a program? When they're casually dating random chicks and allow them to spend the night and they're doing boyfriend energy. The moment you hear that, you know he don't know what he's doing.
Right.
Oh, I think it's when you have chaos in your life. If you have chaotic things happening in your life and you're just putting out fires here and there, you're reacting to the things happening, you have no system, you have no program. You are like a leaf on the wind, just kind of trying to survive. That is not having
just
a program.
dangling out there.
Exactly. Right. You're a complete in reaction mode. And then largely your feelings are going to be involved in the shit. You don't have a program. You have to figure that out. And
Giuliana said it the best.
It will not make just women, but it will make your life easier.
Okay. See, and right there. But it starts real quick, J-Mar, real quick. And it starts before women even get an invitation into your life. What are you inviting women into? Right? I need guys to understand this. Women are just chaotic creatures by nature. They're just chaotic individuals, right? Men represent order in a woman's chaotic life. So if a woman is dealing with a chaotic male and she is chaotic, all you have is chaos.
Emotions
all you
and
have
bad
is
dick.
chaos.
Yes. That's true.
All right, J Mark.
Yeah, no, definitely. The problem was, I wasn't following the program. That's where I fucked up. I didn't follow the Bad Boy membership. I literally know everything I was supposed to do, and I thought I could do it on my own way, and I fucked up.
Yeah.
No, just listen to your teachers, man.
Keep learning. You got to keep learning. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, man. All right. Thanks for calling. Thanks for supporting the show. All right. Take it easy. Guys, go ahead. Call in 844-672-7300. We still, how many calls we got left? Like three free calls left still?
Yeah, we got 3 calls. We got 3 calls left.
We got 3 free calls left, guys. 3 free calls. Go ahead and call in.
Okay.
You know, I say to my guys all the time, I say it on my own show, that the path of manhood is laying in bricks of honesty. And you cannot be a man without honesty. So you have to start with the honesty to yourself, saying, I don't know who I am. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That is the very first step to actually figuring something out, not faking it till you make it, not trying to appear to be a certain something, but actually working to be that certain something. And the first part of working towards anything, whether it's like learning to play piano or getting your fitness around or changing your wardrobe, you have to recognize what is, you know? So if you're on a map, like you can't figure out where to go until you can locate where you are.
Right. There you go.
And you got to be honest about it. You can't be sitting in the middle of the woods and go, oh, no, I'm actually high on a mountaintop. No. It doesn't work that way. You have to say, I'm lost in the middle of the woods. I'm over here.
Well, the problem with guys, they think they have it together because they have a car, they have a roof over their head, they got a couple of dollars in the bank account. They think they got it all together. And my thing is, mentally and emotionally, you're lost. You don't know where you're at mentally and emotionally. And you know that because you can be moved by the mood of a woman. Bro, if you can be moved by the mood of a woman, you're very weak mentally. You're very, very weak mentally. And let me just say this real quick. What's hilarious is guys expect loyalty from a woman when they're not loyal to their own identity. You're not even loyal to who you are as a person, but you expect a woman to come into your life and bestow loyalty upon you. And let me just say this about women and loyalty. And this is every single woman walking the planet, even Giuliana. Women are loyal to themselves first, period. They're loyal to themselves and to what they believe they're getting from whatever situation that they're in. Okay, even my ex, her loyalty had nothing to do with the man specifically. She liked what kind of woman she was because of how he was being. If he became inconsistent, it's going to change how she feels about the situation. Right. That's going to change whether or not she stays loyal to the situation. Y'all got it.
We got any questions or
I do got a question, but I think that was for Justin. So was this? Go ahead, Justin. If you want to talk about that.
Oh yeah, he wanted to ask you this last week. Yeah. You on mute, Justin?
You on mute.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I answered this in the chat. If you guys are going to any of these sort of like alternative things that you're not familiar with, they have their own ecosystem, their own social conduct rules and things like that. When you go to these things and you don't know all about it, just be cool, ask questions, have respect, don't try to perform, and everything should be okay.
Right.
And let me say this, guys, keep your eyes up. Stop trying to compare yourself. Right? A lot of y'all, what's happening is what's happening. Yo, I'm just gonna keep it real with niggas. What's happening is you walk in this room and you see and hear shit going on that you never seen and heard before.
Right.
And you are allowing certain things get in the way, right? And guys, just understand what lane you're in and win in your lane. Don't worry about somebody else's lane. And I'm so sincere when I say that. So guys, when you go to sex parties, y'all have to understand there might be guys in there that are just doing shit to chicks you can't do. Mm-hmm. Don't get caught up in paying attention to what's happening over there and be like, damn, I wish I could make her respond to me. Like, don't do that. Don't play yourself like that.
Right.
Just do what you can do, right? and and be chill. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it.
Yeah.
Wicked Scorpion, you'd be surprised at how many single men go to these things. I mean, it's just because they don't like prevent people from going in at the door like nightclubs where they're like, no, single guys can't come in here. It's not like that.
You just got to pay extra.
Yeah. Usually you have like a higher fee, but they'll let anybody through. Like as long as you're not crazy, they'll be like, all right, come on in.
Yeah, and let me just say this, guys. Just because you go to a sex party doesn't mean women are gonna want to fuck you.
Oh, no.
I want guys. I want guys to understand because guys, there's a lot of guys on the internet who believe that quote unquote promiscuous women just let anybody fuck them. No, they don't. No, they do not. Even promiscuous women are still selective. How do you know they're selective? Because women are out here using guys for free dinners and all of that. And a lot of those women are promiscuous, right? So just because a woman loves dick doesn't mean she wants yours, right? So understand that. So just because you go to a sex party and you're in there and there are half naked or fully butt naked women servicing multiple guys doesn't mean you're next up. So you can get into a line that's ready for her, and then she can be like, no, not you, him, right? So and guys, it's gonna fuck with your ego when you see a chick getting fucked by multiple guys, but you're still getting rejected. Don't let that get to you.
Yeah,
I got it.
Well, a lot of them, just to understand is, and I mentioned this to the gentleman that consent is huge in these spots. Because they're usually very organized. There's reputations involved. Like the space itself has a reputation. So they want to make sure that everybody has good behavior because they don't want to get shut down. Like there's a number of these places in Manhattan, like they're famous. It's a famous spot, and like people there's not like trashy people in these things,
Right.
And so there's an expectation of behavior, and you are expected to operate with good manners, and that involves like asking permission. Like you can't just like walk up on a woman and start feeling her body. Like that'll get you thrown out very fast. Okay, like even if she's into you, because somebody working there will see that and be like, "Hey, like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Yeah, this isn't like a petting zoo." You know what I'm saying? You actually have to have consent.
I like that shit. I like that shit.
You gotta have consent to touch these women. But typically, and usually, like the people who frequent these places are very experienced, so they have a palate. Like to what Zach was talking about, they have a palate. So women who are like experienced with a lot of interaction and a lot of sexual interaction, their palate is greater. So like someone who goes out to like a lot of very like high-end restaurants, their tongue is more developed than somebody who just goes to fucking Wingstop on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like they know the difference between something that's like good, great, and excellent. They know that fine line between great and excellent. And it's same with dick, same with communication, same with how getting in their head and stuff. Like they know how to read a lot of different stuff on different levels. So they're actually going to be more picky. Like I mean, unless she's like completely broken, but they're going to be more picky with the greater amount of experience that they've had.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because when you think about being like a cigar connoisseur or a wine connoisseur,
Yeah,
you know
dick
quality.
connoisseurs.
Yeah, you have women who are dick connoisseurs or sex connoisseurs. Like, look, I'm glad you said that, Justin, because it goes on a deeper level about. Can you place them on hold, Miles, when they come on?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
503.
Oh, you just muted yourself, Miles.
Okay. No, real quick. I just want to say this real quick. Because there are women out here who are very sexually experienced and they are dick and sex connoisseurs, your behaviors are going to tell them whether or not you fit what they're used to. Just your behaviors alone, how you act, what you talk about, and how you react to them. A lot of you guys are getting rejected by women, not because of how you look, but because she recognizes based on how you talk, you can't fuck her like she needs to be fucked. Oh, go ahead, Miles.
All right, 503. You're online with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yo, what's happening? It's BJ, 34, Portland, Oregon.
Okay, what's up, BJ? How you doing, bro?
Good. Well, I was asking a question because, like I said, I had no experience about this shit, and when I went in there, like the first person I talked to, she tried to push like a sub thing on me. It was like, oh, have you ever been a sub? So like, well, I don't know what to do in that situation, and I know obviously, Mr. Justin, you got the Dominance Academy, so like a woman trying to push the sub narrative on me was just like absolutely crazy. But in that situation, I'm like, well, I mean, I tell you no, but at the same time, she's trying to push up on me and still push that narrative of the sub shit.
Caller, let me say this real quick.
Accordingly, you know what I mean?
Let me say this. Let me just say this, and I'll pass it to Justin because I got to jump off and do something. Let me say this real quick.
Yeah,
guys, there is nothing a woman should be able to do or say to get you off your square. You should never be taken aback and like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Always go back to this. What do you want in the scenario? Based on what the woman is saying or doing, is what you want happening? If not, then you know what you got to do at that point. Y'all got it.
Yeah, well, so in these spaces, it's very very sex positive, right? And there's people with all kinds of variances in what they like and what they're into. And so it's in the same way of like, say, a guy pushing up on a girl and showing her what he's into and what he wants. And if she's into it, she rolls with it. If she's not, she's like, no, thank you, I'm not interested, right? So it's the same sort of thing. Like and the way you handle that is just with manners, decorum, respect. You don't be like, hey, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. I'm not into that shit, because that's just shitty behavior. Like that's not behavior that's conducive with a man, right? And you just say, hey, I see I see what you're doing, but I'm not picking up what you're putting down. Like that's just not me. And someone who's like that, they're not gonna want somebody who's not what they're looking for either. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for a particular type of experience. So they're not going to try to twist your arm or anything like that. They're just, so it's just good to just let them know and say, hey, no, I'm not a switch. I'm not a sub, that's just, I'm not into that sort of thing. But it's good to meet you. Like, you can still be cool. Like you just let her know like, hey, that's just not me. And don't take offense to it. Don't be anything about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody coming up and like, hey, I'm a vegan. You're like, hey, I don't fuck with that vegan shit. I like to eat meat. Like, it is what it is.
Right. No, I appreciated that. Yeah, I just completely new to the whole space, and I walked in and didn't really have like a general understanding. Like, I mean, it was I'm used to sex. Like I've had sex, so like, seeing people have sex wasn't like a big deal to me, but just knowing that like it was like being thrust into like how like they send a kid out at like 14 or something like that, and they make him go hunt and shit like that and come back a man. It was kind of like one of those.
Yeah. And these things have their own vibe, their own ecosystem, their own like social contracts that that are not in the vanilla world. They have their own set of social contracts about like what's expected of certain behaviors. I'm surprised that she didn't come up and be like, hey, excuse me, can I ask you a question? Like it's the way you sounded. It sounded like she was like pushing it up on you, like, hey, I want you to be my sub. But maybe left stuff out.
Well, she said she was new to she was new to that party, but she was familiar with the lifestyle. But she was like hinting at it, like, oh, well, I'm a switch. I can be a dom and a sub, and
that's fine.
Have you ever considered being a sub?
Oh, well, that's different. The way it sounded like she was pushing it on you. So now that you're saying it this way, it sounds like it was treated with some good decorum.
It really sounds like you were just overwhelmed or intimidated by the entire situation. That's what it really sounds like. Because based on the dialogue you just told us, she didn't say anything forceful or anything that should have threw you off. Like all you have to do is talk to her and keep. And if she wasn't down to do what you wanted to do, then just keep it moving and go meet other people in the party.
Yeah, that's why I said I was surprised, Miles, because in these places, most people who have been in these enough, they understand. Yeah, but they understand like how you're supposed to talk to people.
Right.
And like being forceful or overt like that is typically not how things go.
Right.
That's how you get thrown out.
You felt like she was forcing something on you, but I think it had more to do with your own perspective.
Yeah, unfamiliarity.
Yeah, I would definitely say unfamiliarity because I got this chick that I've been like, well, not been fucking with, but I fucked, and I probably might see her again tonight. And she's in the lifestyle too, so
what I would suggest for you, to get yourself like more immersed with less intimidation, is do some research and find out where there are local munches, MUNCH, like munching on food, okay, and see where you can attend these munches in your area, because that will get you to know some of the people in the scene without this sexualized environment. So for those of you who don't understand, a munch is people who are in like alternative sexual lifestyles who meet in non-sexual contexts. So it'll be people who are like dom, sub, switches, all kinds of freaks and stuff, but they meet in like a bar and like have beer and wings together, and they just shoot the shit, just like any other club that's like meeting with the same members, but just not in those club activities.
That's some real shit, Justin. I remember I was talking to this Uber driver. Whenever I have female Uber drivers, we end up talking about sex and shit. Always. I don't know how it just happens. But I was talking to her. She was in a poly lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. And she was telling me that she had this boyfriend that she had dealt with and they had broke up, and that she got into the poly lifestyle after. So when the guy tried to come back into the fold, she was like, yeah, you can come back into the fold. Just understand that this is my lifestyle now.
There's more chairs in the kitchen.
So, and let me just say this to the caller real quick. Y'all need to be very mindful of the women you're dealing with, because if she has a sexual appetite or a sexual lifestyle that's different from yours, chances are you're going to be sexually incompatible overall. In many cases, overall, right? So if these women are really immersed in BDSM and the BDSM lifestyle, and you're not, chances are the sex with you is going to become mundane if you're just fucking them on some vanilla shit. Just understand that.
No, that makes sense. I appreciate all you guys' insight. I really do. You answered my question. And thank you again, Mr. Justin. Really, really, really appreciate it. I'm gonna go check that shit out too. I'm gonna check back out. I'm gonna check out the show again, y'all. Y'all have a great afternoon.
All right, appreciate you, man. See you on Monday.
Right. Thanks for the call.
Yes, sir.
All right, take it easy.
Let me add this real quick, because a lot of guys, and I said this, and we talked about this last show. A lot of guys, you don't really know the women you're dealing with sexually. You have no idea who these women are. And the reason why a lot of you guys, there's a lot of guys who approach the dating scene and they approach dealing with women like they're all virtuous creatures and shit. like they don't have nasty, disgusting habits. Real quick, when I was I think I was 14. I want to say I was 14. And I hadn't had sex yet, but I was 14 and I was living in England at the time. Myself and a few of us, it was some girls and some guys. Now, all of us are like 13, 14 years old. So it's a room full of 13, 14-year-old guys and girls we all skip school and we're in someone's living room watching porn and shit, X-rated movies and shit, right? So I'm telling y'all, see, a lot of guys think that before chicks even have sex, they already start getting into shit. I'm just letting y'all know. There's already shit in their mind before they start having sex. And then when they start having, this is what guys have to understand. Once, and it happens to guys too, once women start having sex, everything changes. Nothing can be like it was. Once sex is introduced into people, especially if they getting fucked, you know what I'm saying? Like it changes everything. It changes their perception of shit. It changes everything. Y'all got it.
Yeah, you were talking about like the vastness of a woman's mind in terms of like her sexuality and her eroticism. It shows in the erotica genre of books. It's something around, I think last year the entire global genre grossed something like $14 billion. Okay, that's so basically that's like women's porn. Right? They don't really like, they watch porn now, but not
not like men do.
Yeah, not to the same degree that men do. And that's like fairly new, I think, but it's in the billions. It's something like $14 billion, like total revenue for like the erotica genre of books and romance novels and all that stuff. Their minds are so vast, and I think it would make men's balls curdle if they knew the stuff that goes on inside women's heads. And not only that, when it happens, like they're like sitting on the train and looking at just some dude. Maybe there's like a cop standing in the, against the door there, monitoring the train. And she starts looking at him, sees his hands. And next thing you know, she's like off into this whole other
sexual
world,
fantasy.
Exactly, with that cop on the train or whatever. It would just be, I think guys would just be completely overwhelmed if they knew.
Mr. Justin, this is why any woman I approach, I'm coming with flirtatious energy right away, because I know this about women. I know how sexual they are. So I'm not even going to play with it. I'm not even going to play with women. I'm like, look, I know all of y'all have an insatiable appetite for dick and all kinds of freaky shit. Let's get past the particulars and get straight to the good part. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the bullshit. This is why when guys approach women on some passive, indirect shit, y'all don't know who these beings are. You don't know who you got in front of you. Do you know how nasty and disgusting and vile this woman is? I mean, in a good way.
Right. Yeah, you can't really think that it's disgusting. But the thing is that like with experience, that I think that's why guys push against women's sexuality so much. Because generally speaking, your average girl, like say like a 30-year-old woman, will have way more sexual experience than your average 30-year-old man. The way the stats show is that most men die with less than 2 digits on their belt. Under 10 sexual partners. Most men in the United States. So, and I think that most women do not. It's probably more than that. So that means that women have a greater palette of experience of what they like and what gets them physically off. Not only that, but what's going on in their heads. So if guys know this, then they think, I'm not qualified. I don't have the skills. Like, she knows more about what's going on than I can provide. And that's really intimidating. So they're like, these women are hoes. These women are worthless. These women have their bodies up. They're just walking corpses. Like they're just worthless. And that's their only means of coping with the situation, that they just can't handle the idea that she has a greater palate than he does.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
But they shouldn't let that hold them back. Like just fucking like flush that mindset out of your head.
There you go. Yeah, women on average, just if you can put any age group, you can say teenage girls, you can say women in their 20s, men in their 20s, women in their 30s, men in their 30s. On average, women are going to have way more sexual experience. They're going to have a better filtering system when it comes to attraction. Okay, I mean, this is what guys have to understand. This is why, shout out to Lucario, looks matter and they don't matter. What women realize real quick is that how a man looks has nothing to do with the size of his joint, and it has nothing to do with how good he is or isn't in bed.
Right.
What women begin to understand consciously and subconsciously is that there is a subset of behaviors that men who are actually good in bed and confident about it display in conversation. So they begin to just subconsciously filter through that. This guy's supremely confident. Why is he so confident? I'm curious, right? You talk about big dick energy. It's not necessarily about having a big dick. It's about a certain energy about you, a certain level of confidence that is attractive to women. Women say, I don't say that. Women say that confidence in a man is a sexy trait. There's a reason why they say that. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, and that can't be faked. You know, like it
Or
actually
mimicked.
can't even be learned. Yeah. You can't copy it. Like it's cultivated. It's developed over time.
Right.
You know, and the thing is, like with you know, like big dick energy, I'll tell you what, like it doesn't it doesn't have anything to do with like asking her. Like a lot of guys be like, oh, what do you like? What are you into? Right. That question alone shows that you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Facts.
Right. You're like James Bond would never be like, hey, like, what are you into? You know what I mean? Like, because the way he carries himself, I mean, especially the Sean Connery version, shout out to him. Like he is, you know, he just exudes this, right?
Right.
He exudes this thing, just like, I understand what I'm doing. I understand what I am. You can come into my world. I got it covered, you know? And that's really the whole attitude. There's no neediness ever. You know, go watch like Thunderball. You know, I think that was the first Sean Connery James Bond film. Thunderball. That was
Sean Connery was the best Bond, if you ask me. That's my preference.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think Roger Moore was probably the second.
Yeah, but not he didn't have that swagger that Connery did.
Yeah. Look, in real life, my ex-wife, who is black, thought Sean Connery was an attractive man. I know a lot of women, black otherwise, who thought he was an attractive man. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was the swag, it was all of that. It was the silver fox thing, but it was also the swag, because even off camera, he carried himself, and he was in real life, he was a dominant dude. Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
that interview?
I'm gonna smack a bitch if she needs it.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it just gets to that point. She just needs that.
Exactly. and women were not necessarily up in arms about that because it was him. Because it was him. You know,
and also was delivered with such conviction, but not like a forceful conviction. Just there was no even a shred of doubt in what he was saying.
A quiet dominance. It wasn't loud and bravado and machismo. It was a quiet, self-assured dominance. And like you said, you cannot mimic or fake that. It's cultivated.
Yeah. It was just matter of fact. It's like, it's like, see, he might have been, it might as well have been saying like the sky is blue. Like, it was that matter of fact to him.
And he was indifferent to the opinions of others. Sure. I say what the fuck I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, and where.
Yeah, was it Barbara Walters or something like that interviewing him? And she was like, really? Like, that's what you think? And he's like, yep, that's just.
She was trying to goad him into it, like, so you don't want to change your perspective and blah blah blah. He was like, no, I still feel the same way.
Yeah. Exactly, unapologetically, and this is what guys don't understand. Shout out to Sean Connery. Live your life unapologetically. No. I'm not apologizing. No, you can't shame me. Call me mean, call me selfish, call me what you want. And I'm gonna say, like, Red Man, I be that. I be that. Call me
but
all
not
of
in
that.
a defensive way, right?
Right.
And like not a standoffish, offensive, defensive way. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Exactly.
you know, I talk to my guys about the mountain mind. Like the mountain doesn't resist the wind. It's not like, you know, producing force against the wind. You know what I'm saying? Or the storms or whatever. It just is. It's just grounded. It just happens to resist the wind, but not by force or choice. And that's the same sort of thing. Like a lot of guys, they feel like they have to defend their position instead of just holding their position.
Okay, go ahead. We could play that clip real quick since we was talking about it. Yeah, can y'all see that?
Yeah, I love it. I was hoping you was gonna bring it up too.
Yeah, just look at the calm conviction in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Playing golf with men and women.
Years ago, you did.
Hold on. The first fucking sentence is, I enjoy playing golf with men more over women.
Playing golf with men and women.
Years ago, you did an interview which may come back to haunt you. What, you know what I'm going to say, right?
No.
Okay. You did an interview.
Yo, you see how fucking calm he is, and like
he's amused.
She
It's so
already
true.
starting with the shaming tactics. And let me just say this.
She's trying to shame him, and he don't even remember what the fuck she talking about.
When he said, I enjoy playing golf with men more than women, basically he's saying that's not what I want a woman for. I don't want
Right.
to just kick it with a woman non-sexually. I got my homies for that. There's other things I can do with a woman that I will be doing with a woman.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Playing golf with men than women.
Years ago, you did an interview, which may come back to haunt you. What, you know what I'm going to say, right?
No.
Okay. You did an interview in which you said, not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You have.
But again, he's not even laughing. He's just calm as fuck.
Rewind that back. Rewind that
Right?
shit
He's
back. There you
that
go.
mountain.
I
He's that
haven't changed
mountain
my
right there.
opinion. I have not changed my opinion, bitch. What are we talking about?
No.
Okay. You did an interview in which you said, not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No.
Stop
Not
right
at
there.
all.
You think it's
Stop
good
right
to
there.
slap a
Stop right
woman?
there. Stop right there. Stop right there, real quick. Number one, we're not advocating violence. Okay, what we're talking about is him standing 10 toes down on his principles and standards. And this, she said this. She said, I didn't like that. And he said, I haven't changed my opinion. Like, I don't give a fuck if you like what the fuck I said. Go ahead.
And then, as I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand.
Better to do. He's giving
Yeah.
advice.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No. Not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good. I
don't think it's bad?
Wait, hold up.
I don't
Pause
think
that.
it's.
Pause it. So do you see how she led the question, right?
Yeah.
She reframed the scenario. Said, do you think it's good? Now she put it into a moral thing.
Yeah.
Right? Good or bad. She turned it into a moral framework. And so, but he noticed it and then brought it back onto track. He said, not necessarily like a good or bad thing. Right. That's not what it's about.
Right.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No. Not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good. I
don't think it's bad?
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it.
What would merit it?
Well, if you have tried everything else, and women are pretty good at this, they can't leave it alone. They don't want to have the last word, and you give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last word. They want to say it again, and get into a really provocative situation. Then I think it's absolutely right.
Okay.
To give her a good slap.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, again, I'm not advocating violence, but initially what he's saying is, bitch, I said shut the fuck up. I'm done talking about this shit. And she keeps talking, bitch, I said shut the fuck up. And but let me say this real quick, right? Because I'm not condoning violence. However, if you're in a situation where a woman is running her mouth too much and you tell her, hey, I'm gonna need you to I don't want to talk about this shit. I'm gonna need you to tone that shit down. If she don't listen, you can't fuck with her. A woman, you should not have to raise your voice or put your hands on a woman for her to shut the fuck up or for her to calm her ass the fuck down if she's talking too loud. You should just simply, in a very assertive, confident manner, let her know, hey, chill with that. And if she actually respects you, she gonna do that. If she don't respect you, she gonna keep doing this. You can't have a disrespectful bitch around you. You gotta get rid of her. Y'all got it.
Right. But I think what's most important here is not the fact that this is not advice, okay? What we're seeing here is this is what Sean Connery believes in for himself, for his relationships, and he's standing on it with grounded calm, okay? This is just what it is. He's not saying this is what men should do. He's saying this is what I do. And I think that's the most important lesson here. If you don't want to do what he does, you don't have to. It's not prescriptive. What we need to observe here, fellas, people in the audience, is that is his conviction to what he believes in.
Right.
And he's not worried about how it's seen or whatever. He's just like, this is what it is in my world.
Right. Yep.
I think it's absolutely right.
To give her a good slap.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if she gives you a good slap back?
Well, then you get into another area. I mean, then maybe she's getting to like it, and then it becomes something else. I don't know.
Right. So he's so good because now he reframed it again, because she wanted to like come into this thing like, oh, well, what if there's this combat arises? And he flipped it into something pleasant, playful, and sexual.
Yes, exactly. Shout out to him for standing on. And notice the wit, because you can tell this is a very intelligent man, very insightful man, right? So she keeps trying to reframe it into a different narrative, like in a negative way. And instead of him arguing and being combative, see, why you gaslighting me? See, a lot of you guys
explaining all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He is staying calm and he's still dominating the conversation in his own way.
Exactly.
Masculine identity, mountain mentality. The wind is pushing against him, and he's resisting it just based on his position, not offensively. He's just like,
that's right.
Oh, you want to crash against me? Go ahead and crash against me. But now it's because you're enjoying it. It's not because
there you go.
Because I already know combat wise, I'll beat your fucking ass. So it can't be combat. It has to be because now she's enjoying it. Yo, I love this. Yo, this is great.
But no, seriously,
see. Look at her face too. She's
look at it.
She's a little smile right there.
Yeah, right now, Barbara Walters is moist. Right there. I guarantee you right now, she motioned to the people to go get her some new panties. Like she was, hey, when they turn off the camera, I'm gonna need some new drawers.
Yeah. Maybe she's getting to like it, and then it becomes something else. I don't know. But no, seriously, I think that.
Look at the way her lip fucking like. Look at
what I'm saying.
And then her lips changes when her vagina tingles. Look.
But no,
see that?
Like the got her.
Yo,
but no, seriously, I think that.
You see the longing in her eyes, like she wants to fuck this dude. It's crazy,
right? But also, it's the controlling the conversation, right? Because she was trying to frame it in a certain way. She tried to frame it morally. Then she tried to frame like, well, what if she fights back? And he kept putting his hand on the wheel. She's like, no, turn this way. He's like, no, I've got the wheel here. Exactly. And so he brought it into humor, a little bit sexually charged, and then he says, but truthfully, and then he brings it back to where he wants it to go into like a non-humorous dialogue, right? So he's in control of the whole fucking thing.
Yep, he's dictating,
right? Because right after this, he says
truthfully,
and then you see her face drop, right? So he's now controlling like her reaction. He said, no, truthfully, and she went from a smile to like something dropped, So he's wielding the whole fucking thing.
And let me just say this again, because I'll be remiss if I don't remind people. You cannot mimic this.
No.
You either are or you're not.
Exactly. That's so real. That's so fucking real.
It's the last resort. He's not going to do it because he wants to do it. Huh?
Wait till people see this interview. You're going to get mail.
Ooh, threats.
Might get some female.
See, then he redirects again.
Rewind that back. Please rewind that shit.
He tries to threaten him and then he turns it again. He flips it upside down.
He turns it again. Oh, man.
Well, then you get into another area. I mean, then maybe she's getting to like it, and then it becomes something else. I don't know. But no, seriously, I think that it's the last resort. He's not going to do it because he wants to do it. Huh?
Wait till people see this interview. You're going to get mail.
Might get some female.
Right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. I'm going to tell you why he said that. I'm going to tell you. See, when you are rooted in your identity, your masculine identity, shout out to Miles, he knows for a fact women are attracted to me because of who I am.
Mhm.
So in this interview, I've just been who I am the whole time, and women still fuck with me. So he knows when women see this interview, I'm not worried about them being offended because women like this shit.
I want to point something else out. Like after he did that first joke, right? And then he said, no, truthfully, he answered the moral question that she posed before, right? Because so she first asked, so you think it's good to slap a woman? And then he turned that into a joke. And then he answered it on his own terms when he wanted to answer it after he had control of the situation. So he's wielding this whole fucking thing. It's like she comes in with this thing, he flips it, he doesn't move, he then turns it into what he wants to, this little joke, and then he brings it back down. He says, no, actually, I don't think he's like, it's not like you want to. It's just sometimes you have to. Right? Sometimes that's just what the situation calls for, but I'm not wanting to do this to a woman. And so he answers her moral question, but on his timing, not when she asks him to answer it.
She wasn't even asking the question. She was questioning why he does what he does.
Right.
So instead of explaining it, like you said, he did the jokey joke thing with it. And then he provided clarity. He didn't explain, because he didn't say me specifically. He said in general, he was using general terms because he understands this is not about me specifically. It's not really about me. It's about the dynamic between men and women and the power dynamic where you have women who sometimes forget that men and women are not equal. So he was basically using that to say, we're not. And he's reminding both men and women, we're not equal.
Wait till people see this interview. Are you going to get mail?
Might get some female.
And I wish we saw her face when he said that.
Yeah, right.
Because she smiles.
We still got 3 free calls, y'all. Y'all better get it in, man. It's almost over.
That's just a good example of how to own a conversation. That is a really great example.
Okay, we got some questions.
Rest in peace. Shout out to Sean Connery. Salute, man.
Shout out to him. That was dope. I'm glad you pulled that shit up. And it's funny, we all knew it. We all saw it before and we all knew it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then, to me, when I saw it years ago, I thought it was powerful then. I'm like, man, this is what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
So Joe Blast says, is there any books or videos out there that can open my mind to that type of erotic thinking? Oh, of course. Guys, and you live in CT, you live in Connecticut. In that tri-state area, guys, there are erotic poetry slams, erotic poetry readings, and all of that, like kind of like spoken word. But also you can look up this, Google this. Hold on, right there. Did it come up? I think it went up. But anyway, yeah. So guys, women, like you said, Mr. Justin, when it comes to like the Fabio books and all of those, women heavily into those things. Because this is what guys don't understand about women and sex. Women don't just want to be poked. It's an overall experience. Okay? It's, guys, even the conversation that you're having with women is sex before sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's literally, real quick, if y'all don't mind, real quick, let me say this real quick. And I don't want to get into the whole story. And I said this on pre-recorded videos. There's a young lady I know, right? She used to do modeling and commercial gigs, so she used to always go out of town. She was out of town for a gig. It was her last night in town. She was headed back to where she was from the next morning. She was at a bar, chilling, right? Prepared to, get ready to go turn it in and get up next morning, catch her flight. A guy walks in. She was instantaneously attracted to this guy. And she instantly started pondering having a one-night stand before she went back. So she hoped that the guy would come up to her, which he did. So he did 2 things that made her say, I don't want to fuck him now. The first thing he did was he asked to sit down. He asked, right? She didn't like that. The second thing he did, once there was sexual tension in the air, he asked, could he kiss her? Once he did that, she was like, nah, I'm good. And I need you guys to understand the difference between assertive and passive behavior. Not just words, but your behavior. She wanted him to take the seat, not ask. She wanted him to take the seat. And then when they were talking, she wanted him to take the kiss. And that's representative of how she wanted to be fucked. She wanted him to take the pussy. Like, come get this pussy. Come take this pussy. Come dominate me. So him asking to sit down and then him asking to kiss her, in her mind, she's like, there's no way he's going to fuck me the way I want to be fucked because he's asking for permission. Yeah, I got it.
Joe Blass, what you need to do is go on Reddit and or do a Google search for a popular or favorite. Yeah, do popular erotica authors Reddit. That should be your Google search. Okay, then follow that link to the subreddit, and there's subreddits dedicated to people who love erotica that talk about their favorite authors, and just write down a couple of different authors' names, and then pick up like 2 books from each of those authors. Right, so you should have like 6 total, 2 from 3 different authors. Read those books and look at it in 2 different ways. Look at the behavior of the male protagonist in the stories, but then also pay attention to the overall structure and pacing of those stories, because what you're going to learn in there is timing and tension. Okay, that's what's popular in these books, is timing and tension. Women typically don't like things that are too on the nose, right? Where it's like, oh, I like this guy, he likes me, we fuck. Like, that's too fucking easy. Women love. They're highly addicted to anticipation and anticipation and tension. And if there's no anticipation and tension, then there's a lot of magic that's lost that they fucking revel in. They love to soak themselves in a pool of tension, like positive tension with a touch of negative, right? Believe it or not. Because if he's too good, you notice like the guys in these stories, they're not these like Captain America type dudes. They're not. You look at the popular tropes, it's like werewolves.
They're very selfish guys who are all about them.
Right. But in different styles. Like, some of them are truly dangerous. There's werewolves, there's vampires, there's pirates, there's the billionaire. There's 5 basic tropes. And he's not like this great dude. Like, there's great aspects of him, but he's not like a nice gentleman. It's never that picturesque. And so get these books and look at how the behavior of these men are, just to get a feel for it, not like to copy it, but you want to get the essence of it, and then understand the pacing of these stories. And then this could give you better insight in how to cultivate that sort of timing and tension when you're interacting with women. That's the important thing to gather from these things.
You know what? Bram Stoker's Dracula was a good visual of what you just talked about, right? If you looked at when he was in the street, right, and he had on, the outfit with the little glasses, the spectacles, he had the swag, he was dashing, but he's this monster behind that. To your point, and that for a lot of women, that's what it is. The presence of the guy, how he visually looks, the visual appeal, everything about him is very dashing, very enticing, right? They gravitate to that. But like you said, there's a dark side to him, right? I remember when there was a big uproar with Michael B. Jordan when the interview happened, and there was a chick from, I guess, high school or something like that, and people were tripping. There were multiple women who said visually they like the way he looks, but they can't really fuck with him because he don't have an edge to him.
There's no darkness.
That was the words they used. He doesn't have an edge to him. And this is what, guys, innately, you having an edge is tied to sex. It's tied to sex. And this is what guys don't understand. Biologically, a lot of guys don't understand the biological factors that come into play when attraction is about. Y'all got it.
Well, I want to say one other thing about these stories. A pattern that you'll notice that is pervasive through erotica is basically the woman being taken. Right? There is powerful power imbalances. So there's power imbalances socially, like the guy is like this, high level socialite, he's a billionaire or something like that. There's social differentials like that, but also just in the energy between the two of them. It's never this like egalitarian, equal, like boy likes girl, girl likes boy sort of thing. It's not like that at all. Typically, it's her being taken into his world and by him, Okay. And this is a trope that's been going on for a very, very long time. It's basically the formula that Beauty and the Beast has been formed on, right? He's this monster. He's this huge imposing monster. He could snap her neck with like his pinky. You know what I'm saying? But he's also this gentleman. You know, remember in the story, he was like a prince or something like that.
Yeah.
But he was both. He was like this prince, but he was a beast.
It's the fantasy that women have.
Right.
It's
And
that.
yeah,
It's the
both
bad
of those.
girl,
It's
good
both of those.
girl thing.
Exactly. That's exactly the point, because it speaks to the two things that are actually inside a woman, which is the little girl who wants to be taken care of, who wants to feel safe and cherished and all that stuff, and then the whore who wants to be objectified and ravished.
And dominated sexually.
Right. And both of those things exist in her. And so it's like, to bring those out in their fullest, you actually have to embody both of the things that bring those out.
And let me say this real quick. All women want to be dominated sexually, even if they don't know it yet. Okay. And this is what I mean by that. If a woman is just having vanilla sex, the moment she meets that man who is very dominant and takes her to different depths of her sexuality, her world and her sexual palette will never be the same. It will never be the same. Right. So is it, I know, girl, I know. It will never be the same. Right? All women want to be dominated. It goes back to the story I told. And also, all women want to feel like they're being seduced, almost like they can't help it. I don't want to fuck him, but I'm in a trance when he's around, and I can't help it. I just fell on his dick. I actually had a chick say that to me one time.
Yeah.
We had sex a couple of times, and her exact words were like, every time I'm around you, I just end up falling on your dick. That was her exact words.
But like, I don't want people to get confused what you're talking about, because that's not anything to do with force, right?
Exactly.
Like,
thank you.
Domination has more to do with power than it does with force. Okay. So force is directional, right? It's very like A to B. It's a really straight line, like grasping for control. Like force is very easy to see. Power is more nondescript, non-defined, you know, and it can be transferred to different things. Okay. So like a battery is power, because you can put it in a flashlight, you can put it in a vibrator, you can put it in different various things, you can put it in an RC car. Like it has a lot of potential to use that energy in many different ways. That's power. All right. Force is like really on the nose. It just has like one direction. It serves one purpose. And domination is not force. It's not like actually like grabbing the girl, even though it involves that stuff. Like,
but it's also psychological.
Absolutely. It's psychological and more energetic than anything that you actually do, you know? So it's kind of like this, like, I don't know if guys have had fathers that were similar to this or been in these situations where there's like the dad who's like forceful and he makes you fear like getting on his bad side. Then there's the power where you know you fucked up, you walk in the room and he's sitting there on the chair and he just looks at you and you get it, you feel like a spear has been driven through your chest. No action was taken, no words were spoken. He just looked at you and you succumbed. Like, that's power. You know what I'm saying? Or like another good example is if anybody's seen that movie Conan the Barbarian.
Yes, dope movie, by the way. Dope movie,
yeah,
by the way.
Where Thulsa Doom, he has built up his cult, and he's standing there, and Arnold's character, he was captured, beaten up, he's on the ground, and Arnold's like, you killed my father, you stole my father's sword, and he's like, oh yes, the riddle of steel, and he's like, that you think that's where power is? No, he said, what is the power of steel compared to the hand that wields it? And he said, look around you. And all these people were standing around him, like on the mountains and stuff. And he goes, look. And he points up at this girl. And he says, darling, my dear, come to me. And she just walks off the cliff and falls
she jumps
to her
death. Yep.
And she goes, that's power.
That's power.
And he didn't do anything. Because he was exuding it. He was holding the power. Force is more like the sword, right? It's very 1, 2, 3. It's very simple, right? So that's the difference. So it's bringing women into this that allows her walls to fall apart, her armor to come off, and she feels safe but exposed at the same time in your presence.
Let me say this, and I'm glad you brought up the Conan the Barbarian. If you think about it in terms of dating, what he did when he told her to come here, that's influence.
Yeah.
Influence is power. See, the sword represents money. Guys think the money is the real power. The real power is game, the power of influence, the power to give instructions to somebody and they listen. That's the real power. The average guy doesn't have the power of influence with women, which is why they try to use material possessions and money because they think that's power. No, it's not. The power is influence.
She's not coming off the cliff because she's getting something out of it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she just walked off because she's just like, oh, that's what he wants me to do. I want to do what he wants me to do.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, guys, check out that movie, listeners. Check out the first Conan the Barbarian movie. It's dope.
It came out in '82. Don't watch the second one. Don't watch that trash.
No,
the one with Wilt Chamberlain in it. Don't watch that.
No, that's not good.
Whatever you do, don't watch that one.
No, pretty much the only one. Conan the Barbarian is pretty much the only of the Conan movies worth watching.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, don't watch any of the others. It's clown shit after that. Please don't.
Yeah. Red Sonja, that was bullshit too.
Red Sonja, that was terrible.
Yeah, that
but yeah, man. I think that's it. We could wrap it if y'all ready.
Yep.
Make sure we ain't got a question. Make sure I think we're done with the questions. We got Joe Blast. We got one more question right here, right there.
All right.
He says, how does this apply to us if we haven't dated in like 2 years? Get coaching, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it applies to you. Because I'm not sure at what juncture you asked this question at in the show,
right?
And what you're talking about specifically. But the fact that you're asking this question means you need to get coaching anyway.
Like, how does this? Like, what is this? We don't know that.
Yeah, they do that a lot. They ask a question during a certain part of the show, knowing that we ain't gonna get to it till later, but they don't actually fully ask the question, so we never know what the fuck they're talking about.
So he says, this is our last question right here. He says, I know if girls like you, they will travel an hour for sex. They'll do the same when it comes to dates. Guys, see, and Jotaro, you ask a lot of questions when Miles and Lucario do live streams. You ask a lot of questions there. And the reason why you're asking these questions is because you're not actually dealing with women enough.
Shit.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. And y'all ask a lot of hypothetical questions like, do women do this? Do women? Yes, for the motherfuckers that got some game. Yes, they do. So if they're not doing it for you, that means you're not where you need to be.
Facts.
Yeah, if you were exercising yourself, you would have answers to these questions.
Facts.
Yep. Like through trial and error. Like you'd figure it out, right? So are you talking to 20 women a day? Like that's really what you should be doing. Like a lot of these questions, the kinks can be ironed out simply by taking action. And one of my business coaches, he told me years ago, he said, take messy action. Like don't try to take perfect action because it's impossible, especially when you're starting a new venture. Just take action, take messy action, and just let the chips fall where they may.
Right.
Yes. And women will get on a plane for you too. Yes. Please ask me how I know. Please ask me how I fucking know. Just ask me how I know. And I ain't talking about no girlfriend either. Because a girlfriend is completely different. Your girlfriend should most definitely get on a plane, a boat, or whatever it is to come see you. However, I'm talking about guys, look, the problem a lot of you guys, you hear guys talk about certain things, and you're like, oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. I want this. I want that. Create your own experiences that you want, right? If that's not a big deal for you, don't try and mimic what you think somebody else is to get the experiences that they got. Live in your own world and create your own experiences for yourself. Real Game, No Theory tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern. Where can they find you at?
So guys, y'all could Cunningham Elements, get your parfum, fragrance, masculine identity sport, and also get your soaps. Make sure you come to Cunningham Elements. Also, go to shoplucario.com, get your dating consultations, get the vetting process, and get what men wish they knew about women to help you with your dating issues. So go to Shop Lucario, and also check out Lucario live at 5. So make sure you go to Lucario's channel later, Mr. Lucario, live at 5 later on today, and then we doing Real Game No Theory tomorrow.
Yeah, and go over and hit up the dominanceacademy.com. I have a new button at the top right, and it's a dominance quiz. So you can go through that quiz, and it'll give you this little infographic about. It's not super scientific, but it'll give you a basic idea of like where you stand, especially if you're honest with yourself. And so then after that, you can enter your email, and from there you'll be emailed a free Dominance Academy field guide with a lot of actionable things that you can put into your life right now. Also, from the website, you can pick up copies of my books, How to Be a Dominant Lover, and then my 2 Dominance and Submission Bibles, the Codex of the Sovereign Order and the Annals of the Yielded Queen, both deep books of wisdom that they'll help you throughout your day and throughout your understanding of, dominance and submission from a very high level, but it's very accessible. It's not anything over your head. It just really gets you thinking. And it's the sort of thing you can just pick up, open up anywhere, and read that passage for the day, and it will something you can kind of marinate.
Thanks. All right, that's what's up.
All right. On that note, appreciate y'all coming out. Ladies and gents, check out the Patreon. The links are in the description, the Patreon, and also the channel membership. And also for those of you who are in desperate need of some consultation or some coaching, I got you. Come through, come get this ism. We out. Peace.